The Connecticut housing market has really gone through a bit of a roller coaster in recent years, but we've got some great news to share with folks. According to Realtor.com, the Connecticut housing market is actually the top in the nation. And joining us right now from William Ravis Real Estate is Harry Feiner to talk about this. And Harry, a lot of people have been frustrated with the market for a lot of different reasons. This new rating from Realtor.com is huge. The Hartford market has moved up very quickly in the last 3 months, and right now it's sitting at the top spot for the entire country.
Yes, it is, and it's pretty exciting because it's great news not only for Greater Hartford, also for Eastern Connecticut. So the Eastern Connecticut was number 4 in the country. It's called the Worcester, Connecticut market.
Right.
So 2 markets in Connecticut are really experiencing good growth in the sales price and in the quality of properties.
Now, how did this happen? Because a few months ago, Hartford was listed at somewhere in the 30s, right? And then it jumped to number 4, and then just last week it jumped to number 1. What contributed to that?
Well, there's a couple of different factors. One is our economy is doing so much better. You look at healthcare, manufacturing, the IT businesses are bringing people here to Connecticut. We're losing people. Now we're gaining people. And because of that, there's more housing demand. And that's helping our prices be stable. And our prices are still going through bidding wars. In some places, they are not. Mm-hmm. And we're bidding wars because we don't have as much inventory in the market. But we're also strategically located between Boston and New York. Mm-hmm. And the people who have worked there have decided to come to the country, if you want to call Hartford the country, but Greater Hartford, we've got a lot of nice country spots around, and they can still commute a couple of days of work to those locations.
Right.
And we saw more of that happen in the last quarter.
Mm-hmm. And this is great news and very sort of optimistic, because a lot of people might say our economy is not doing good, but this, there's a lot of research that went into this.
Yes, there is. And I mean, if you look at the news that we've had about electric boat, having 5,000 to 8,000 people over in the next 5 years. United Technology is hiring. The IT business is looking. A couple of years ago, there was an insurance executive said there wasn't enough IT people here, and he wanted to move that to New York. Mm-hmm. People have heard that, and they're bringing their IT business here to support that industry. Mm-hmm. And that brings more people. And we're also seeing a lot of people coming from Asia to Connecticut because of the jobs. We're seeing lots of doctors come in.
Right. As you mentioned healthcare earlier.
Yes.
Now, what does this mean for people who are thinking about buying and or selling?
Well, from a seller's perspective, this is a great time. And some people say that, gee, you don't sell your house in the winter, you wait till the spring. Exactly. Because the inventory is low, from a seller perspective, you have less competition. And because you have less competition, people are more apt to look at your house than somebody else's house. Mm-hmm. So that's one factor. The other is that the prices are higher than they've been, so this is a great time to sell. And some people say, well, if I buy something else, the price is going to be higher, but it equals out. Right. As far as first-time home buyers, though, it's really tough right now. So first-time home buyers, that's other good news for Connecticut. I have it wrong. So in Connecticut, we're just ranked number 3 in the Windsor Locks Hartford area in the country for first-time home buyers. And one of the reasons is, and many people don't know about this, and there's been funding put into CHFA for a program called Time to Own. Mm-hmm. The Time to Own is going to give you money to buy a house. They give you. These are for first-time home buyers. First-time home buyers, they can qualify, and you can get up from between $20,000 to $50,000 to help you with your down payment, to help you with your closing cost, and as long as you're paying your mortgage on time, they'll eliminate 10% of that over a couple of years. So if you're a first-time home buyer, this is a great time to buy. Right. And also, we didn't mention Amazon. Amazon has helped, especially in the Windsor Locks area. All these big buildings are putting up, have people to employ. And those are the other things that helped with the change from 39 to 1. Now, quick question, though, just to put it in perspective before we wrap up. Yeah. We were talking about inventory being so low. Bring it into perspective as far as numbers that you're familiar with in Glastonbury. So in Glastonbury, if you go back 3 years ago, we used to have 300 homes for sale at any single point in time. And we used to have about 75 condos. In the last year and a half, we've been averaging 50 homes, of which half are new builds. So there's not a lot of what we call resale homes on the market. Right. And the condos have been running 4 to 5 at any one time. And that's the only thing that's available, just 4 to 5? Yes. Now, what you might say, well, is it people just aren't selling their homes? The ones that are putting their house on the market are selling quicker than they've ever sold. They're selling in 1 to 2, 3, 4 days, where before we used to look at 30 to 90 days. So that's kept the numbers down low. As well, people have decided not to move. And many retirees wanted to go to Florida, but because of COVID, they didn't do it. And we think that what the forecast is saying, this spring should open up things even more for us. And the interest rates are the other thing from a buyer perspective. In 1986, I had a 16% interest rate on my new house. 16%. In the 70s, when I was selling real estate, we had, I sold over 22 houses part-time in 4 years. The interest rate was 9.5 and nobody blinked. You know, so what we see is that it's going to come down to about 5.5 to 6%. And that is a great mortgage. It always was. 3% was a gift.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Well, Harry, we can go on and on. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, but we really appreciate you coming in. This is great news for Hartford.
It is, and thank you for having me here today.
All right. We do appreciate it. We'll talk to you again soon.
Okay.
All right. Matt, great news for Connecticut. I mean, we currently live in the top housing market in the entire country.
Love it.
Isn't that great?